So, okay, in a few seconds, our seminar will be start. Good morning, Pak Dekan, Pak Sigit, selamat pagi. Okay.
Good morning,
So,
Gudurus.
yeah, we'll start now since Ma'am Merissa will be have another agenda today. So, good morning, everyone of Universitas PGRI Madiun. And then the distinguished the head of English Education Department of Universitas PGRI Madiun, the distinguished Ma'am Merissa Ocampo, Doctor of Philosophy from Fukushima, Gakuin College, Japan, and then Dr. Lestari Setyowati, Magister Pendidikan from Universitas Negeri Malang. Dr. Samsul Arifin from Universitas PGRI Madiun as our today's keynote speakers. And then the distinguished the chairman of Elitics 2025. The distinguished the lecturers of English Education Department of Universitas PGRI Madiun. The distinguished the presenters and also participants of Elitics 2025 and all of our beloved students. Good morning, everyone. Ohio, Ma'am Merissa. Selamat pagi dan salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. And then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our annual program of Seminar on English Education, Literatures, and Linguistics, or Elitics 2025. This agenda held by English Education Department of Universitas PGRI Madiun, today, 28th of July, 2025. And we proudly present the theme Global Perspective in ELT, Language Education, Cultures, and Digitalizations. So, ladies and gentlemen, me, myself, Dwi Rosita, will be the master of ceremony for today, and our agenda are as follows. The first one will be the opening, and then the national anthem of Indonesia, the welcoming speech from Elitic Chairman, the welcoming speech from Dean, main activity, break, and panel sessions and closing. So, ladies and gentlemen, in the mercies of God, so that we could attend these occasions in healthy and happy conditions, let's open this event with Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And then the next agenda will be the national anthem of Indonesia, Indonesia Raya. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your position.
Di
Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, the next agenda will be the welcoming speech of Elitics Chairman 2025 to the distinguished Ma'am Nuriati Ningsih, Magister Pendidikan. Time is yours. Good morning, Ma'am Nuri.
Good morning.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Bu Dwiros. Good morning, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My
Waalaikumsalam.
name is Nuriati Ningsih, and I'm the head of the organizing committee for today's event. It is a great honor for me to welcome all of you to the National Seminar Elitics held by Department of English Teaching Universitas PGRI Madiun. Thank you to all the participant students, teacher, and also lecturer for joining us today. We are very happy to have you here. This seminar is a good opportunity for us to learn together and to share knowledge and also to share the idea. Yeah, I hope everyone can enjoy the session and also take something valuable from this event. We also want to say thank you to our speaker, Bapak Dr. Samsul Arifin from Universitas PGRI Madiun, Ibu Dr. Lestari from Universitas Negeri Malang, and also Ibu Merissa, Ph.D. from Fukushima University for being with us today and for their willingness to share their experience. Okay, with that, I officially open the National Seminar Elitics today. Let us enjoy and make the most of this event. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you,
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Ma'am Nuri. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's move to the next sessions. The next agenda will be the welcoming speech from the Dean of Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Universitas PGRI Madiun, to the distinguished Dr. Sardulo Gembong, Magister Pendidikan. Time is yours. Selamat pagi, Bapak.
Good morning.
Nggih, monggo.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
First of all, let us thank God, the Almighty, who has given grace and guidance so that the fourth seminar of English education, literature, and linguistics under the theme Global Perspective in ELT, Language Education, Literature, Culture, and Digitalization in Language, can build successfully. I welcome all of you to this seminar, which has received great attention not only from university, but also from faculty education communities to submit paper to be presented in this seminar. I express my highest gratitude and appreciation the invite speaker and the presenter. I believe that this seminar will be the source of innovative idea, concept, and breakthrough in the development of education in the future. This seminar will not be well organized without the support of various parties and contribution from the participant. Therefore, I want to express my gratitude. I especially thank the organizing committee for their hard work, perseverance, and passion in preparing and organizing this seminar so that can go well, smoothly, and successfully. Let us make the most of this opportunity to grow, share, and inspire one another. Thank you, and I wish you all a productive and enriching seminar.
Thank you Pak Gembong. Terima kasih banyak Bapak. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, the next agenda will be photo sessions. Since Merissa will leave soon, so I put it in the front. So please open your camera and then take your best positions. So I will count for slide 1. Pariski, okay. Pariski, okay. So 1, 2, 3. And then for next slide. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So there are 2 slides. Okay, so everything finished. Thank you. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the next will be the main activities of this seminar from our today's keynote speakers. But before, let me greet one by one. The first one, we have Ma'am Merissa Ocampo, Doctor of Philosophy from Fukushima Gakuin College, Japan. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, Ma'am Merissa.
Good morning.
Good morning, thank you.
Thank
And
you
then
so
yeah, thank you for coming and joining us. The second one, we have Dr. Lestari Setyowati, Magister Pendidikan from Universitas Negeri Malang. Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, Bu.
Thank
Assalamualaikum,
you,
everyone.
ma'am. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah. And then the third one, we have Dr. Samsul Arifin from Universitas PGRI Madiun. Good morning, Dr. Samsul.
Morning.
Okay.
Very nice.
Thank
Everybody is
you.
ready.
Okay. And today's seminar will be led by our beloved moderator, Dr. Sigit Ricahyono, Sarjana Sastra Magister Pendidikan. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Morning.
Good
Doc.
morning.
Morning,
So,
everyone.
okay, so without waiting for a longer time, let me move to Dr. Sigit to lead this seminar. Okay, Dr. Sigit, I miss yours.
So thank you, my dear friends, Universitas, Ph.D. also. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to seminar on English education and literature, linguistics and literatures, Elitics. This is an annual conference held by the Department of English Teaching, Universitas PGRI Madiun in Indonesia. First of all, I would like to extend my warm welcomes to my friends, Dr. Merissa Ocampo. Welcome to our campus, Doc.
Not yet.
Next, warm welcome also to Dr. Lestari Setyowati, Bu Dr. Lestari Setyowati. Good morning, Bu.
Good morning, Doc.
Morning, Pak. Thank you.
Okay. And the third, my friend, Bapak Dr. Samsul Arifin. Pak Samsul, morning.
Good morning, Pak Dr.
It's
Sigit.
nice. So everyone is ready. Well, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are from, whatever you are joining this Elitic conference, whether attending or participating through your own devices, electronic devices, again, welcome. As scheduled, ladies and gentlemen, the first will be Dr. Merissa Ocampo, but because she has another commitment which is urgent, therefore we switch the order of presentation. The first will be by Ibu Dr. Lestari Setyowati and then by Pak Samsun, and the third will be by Ibu Merissa Ocampo. So that's the order of presentation for today. Ladies and gentlemen, the way we organize presentation will be, again, first Ibu Lestari Setyowati, then Pak Samsul.
Dr. Sigit, sorry.
Hmm.
Or maybe, is it possible for Dr. Merissa going first?
No, Dr. Merissa has a meeting very soon.
Oh, okay.
Right? Yeah. Is it, Doc?
Yeah.
So you will be back at the third turn, right?
Actually, the meeting will start at 11:30 and 10:30 here in Japan. So maybe I can probably do it in less than an hour, probably. We can
Okay,
stick
that's
to
okay.
that. Yeah.
That's okay. So, Doc, is it okay for you to present right now, or you prefer in the third order?
Okay.
Now it's okay, ma'am. It should be less than an hour, okay.
Okay, possible.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
So I will prepare my.
nice.
Okay.
So we switch against the order. We're back to the
Sorry, I'm
schedule.
sorry because there's an emergency meeting anyway. But
Okay, so
now
ladies
it's
and
probably
gentlemen,
yeah.
I would not read her CV because this is an emergency procedure. So, Dr. Merissa Ocampo, please take the floor for about 45 minutes. Then you may go to the meeting. The floor is yours, Doc.
Okay, thank you so much. And we'll share my can I share my
Sure, Doc.
this one?
Yeah, it's already with us.
Participants. Can you see my
Yes, Doc, absolutely.
Okay, so slide control. I don't know how can I see it, but
yeah, slideshow, Doc. Okay, that would be okay.
that would be fine.
Yeah, it's already fine.
Okay, so
It's nice to go, Doc.
okay, so good morning, everyone. And it is actually, especially Dr. Sigit, thank you so much for this opportunity. And yeah, so for the trust to yeah, yeah, of course, I am not as as good as you probably, but then I just want only to share what I know a bit. And yeah, so this is more about the the trend these days about the digitalization in language. Yeah. So and it's my honor indeed to be with you today. So I will just only focus on a bit of the global perspective in ELT, culture and digitalization of bilingual storytelling. More on the storytelling because this is what I am focusing these days now, enhancing the learner's cognitive, social, emotional development. And then today I would like to share this agenda. So the ELT in global context, just a very brief about it, and perspective in ELT, and then the language education challenges, the digitalization impact, and the digital literacy strategies, the adaptation and skills, and then future trends and strategic recommendation, and the digital transformation in English language teaching in Japan, just a bit background of what is happening in Japan. And then also, I will share with you the recent research about the mother tongue support in creating positive psychology themed digital bilingual story book to improve students cognitive and emotional so because I'm focusing more on it's not only the language ability, the cognitive ability, but also more on the emotional aspect too. Okay, so just a very quick thing about this. So this section actually discusses the evolution of English language teaching ELT and its current standing around the world. So everybody knows that the evolution is, I think I had a talk 2 years ago when I was in Bali about the evolution of language. So it's a really big process because of this industrialization. It changed a lot, right? And 2 years ago and 2 years ago and now 2 years after, there is actually a big change now, big change suddenly. So we teachers, we have really to update ourselves and to move quicker than the AI. Okay, so the digital transformation are reshaping language education, fostering interactive learning. So this transformation supports tailored teaching methods that cater to variety of learning styles. And then, of course, it is not only the language education, but even the cultural diversity too. Now, so understanding diverse culture enhances language learning and promotes empathy. So because of this, we tend to forget, the emotional aspect. We are focusing more on the cognitive. So because of that, our cultural beliefs also change a bit. Yeah, so it enables educators to create inclusive environments that, respect and value all the backgrounds of each individuals. So when it comes to the resource gap, everybody knows that because of this AI, we think that everybody can avail of these opportunities, but we also have to remember that the quality of educational resource varies a lot from place to place. So of course, when we think about the how they call it, the ideal creation of this digitalization globally, we tend to forget that everybody is not equal in a way. So creating unequal learning opportunities. So students in areas with fewer resources face significant challenges in picking up the language and picking up the tools that they need for them to learn. Yeah, so these are the things that we also have to consider. And then also the cultural barriers. Sometimes, these cultures, various plays a big role in how important learning English is seen. So in some places, it is not viewed as essential, but which can actually impact how engaged and motivated students feel. So even especially different languages, this globalization mostly actually led by the English language. So there are some English languages that we from Asia, we cannot grasp mostly the deeper meaning of these words. So we also have to consider this, and then also the impact. Okay, so the digitalization in education brings significant benefits, as it's quite obvious. Just like what we are doing now, because of this, we can be able to share our ideas, and it also broadens access to to a very vast array of learning materials. We can easily get some materials for free on the on the web. So empowering really students to study independently, which actually make them more um, you know, seems like geniuses. So this commencement exercises in Asia, usually in Asia, no, in the Philippines, and probably in Indonesia. I don't know which month is the commencement exercises held, but in the Philippines, I was so surprised that the magna cum laude and the cum laude numbers, no, cum laude numbers. Oh my goodness, they're huge number, which was really a big impact in my own belief. During my time, can you imagine that being cum laude is really a big issue? No, but these days it's really a kind of, well, this is part of the changes that we also have to understand and embrace. So as a growing educator, we cannot insist, oh, when we were young, it's not. No, but this is the problem. I'm sure now that it is happening. It is not because the intellectual capacity improved a lot, but because they are really exposed to all the how do you call it, um the things, the informations that they need on how to understand the things that they want to learn now. So then personalized learning. So with digital tools, language learners can experience customized learning path that cater to their unique needs and style. So they can easily adapt themselves to what kind of ways they want to do. Whereas during our time, the teachers can really tell us what to do. This is the only thing now. So, and then global collaboration. So these digital platforms foster seamless interaction between language learners globally, enhancing cross-cultural communication, just like what we are doing now. So we'll be able to have this kind of collaboration, which is very important and important in order for us to learn more globally. So when it comes to digital literacy strategies, of course, as I've mentioned a while ago, the critical thinking development. So it helps now to encourage learners to analyze of this digital content now prepared. So this one prepares students to evaluate information sources effectively. So they cannot be able to, we cannot control the students on how they would be able to understand what informations we give, but they can evaluate all the informations we give to them by searching on different kinds of venues on the internet. Yeah, so and another thing is the integration of technology. So embedding digital tools in education enhances engagement and helps students master essential skills for the digital age. So they can easily master. So when it comes to, let's say, for example, for the science related thing, before, yeah, used to be I was in science, but then, so let's say, for example, in science, so they are having this kind of operating the frog now. Before we need to have this actual frog to operate or to analyze, but these days we can be able to ask help to the digital things on the internet. So before doing it in actual. So yeah, so this kind of we can integrate technology in order for us to master what we wanna master. So well, for the data on digital adaptation, 55% of language learners frequently use digital tools. So this is the global resource that I found, which is, I think, true, wherein 30% use them occasionally and 15% report really utilizing digital tools for learning. And this is one is, I think, ideal data that I got, but I will share with you the reality. I mean, the reality happening in Japan in my university. Okay, so I am just sharing with you the data later. That this is again so the opposite of the data that I got now. So I will show you the data later, and then also as I've said a while ago that yeah, so we teachers also we have to adapt ourselves to the speedy now. So the speedy changes of AI. So in order for us to deal with this quick development of AI, we have to consider also this kind of tools that we have to use in the ELT. Sometimes,
Doc, sorry to interrupt, Doc.
uh,
Sorry to interrupt, Doc.
okay, yeah. So this is
Okay.
okay. Sorry.
Doc, please spare some 5 or 7 minutes for QA and a certificate presentation for you before you leave this room. Thank you, Doc.
Yes. Okay. So there are some platforms, technological tools that we use in our teaching. So maybe I will yep. Okay. So see, these are the things. I am sure that some of you are using this kind of tools in teaching. Okay. So here is the digital literacy skills. So for teachers, as I've mentioned a while ago, so we play really a vital role in guiding students. It is important to be skilled with digital tools, which is actually for those who are really have the time to learn or to attend some trainings about this. They can easily get this and master this kind of things now. And for students, I think most of the students are maybe in other countries better than the teachers. But in Japan, as I've said, later I will tell you the reality in where I teach. Okay, so this is I mean, we are creating this kind of ideal identity of digital learning. But if we will look into the reality, it is not now. So we have to consider also the part of the reality of this ideal thing. Okay, so for students, as I've said, students should focus on building essential digital skills, which is another, I think, ideal. And in order for them to adapt themselves in the very speedy digitalization learning. So in the future trends, so Of course, there's an increased integration. AI will personalize learning pathways, enhancing individual learning experiences. I don't know if you allow your students to go and use the chat GPT. Yes, but in my university, so they are some some teachers are allowing them to use, but in my case, I actually don't allow my students to use ChatGPT. Yeah, so next in 2025, the mobile learning expansion, it's still like this. So greater emphasis on mobile application to support learning on to go. And by 2026, the virtual classroom will become more mainstream in connecting learners worldwide. So I don't know, so what kind of education we will have, if we will every time we will have this kind of online viewing. So anyway, so here is the strategic recommendation that I thought now that we will be able to, so we will be able to strategic recommendation. So as I've said a while ago, that we cannot resist anymore to this improvement except to embrace this. Yeah, we don't have any any chance to resist, but except to embrace now. So but what we're going to do is, of course, to embrace this strategy to enhance learners learning experiences and ensure that they feel supported and engaged. So that is the only thing. We have no we cannot say no to them. And yeah, so we are the followers of these improvements anyway. So where is it? So first, sorry, because next is sorry. Uh-oh. Okay, so next is this. So how can we be able? So I mentioned that we have to embrace this by enhancing learners' experiences and ensure that they are supported and engaged. So how? So how can we be able to support them? So first is we can make an interactive platforms by personalized lessons, I guess. So if we have time, teachers to have this kind of personalized lesson with the students and meet individual needs. And number two is fostering collaboration. So through online, so we can be able to build a sense of community among learners, and then also through regional collaboration. This is what I'm doing, actually collaborating with some of the online learning groups in the Philippines and even in Vietnam and Cambodia now. So by being proactive, so we would be able to, this one is educators, sorry. So the educators can position themselves steer learners' success and would be able to help the students to lay a solid foundation for tackling the challenges. So spelling is good, posed by digitalization in education. So well, in Japan, as I mentioned a while ago, that I'm going to share with you what is happening in Japan. So maybe I will be very quick here. Digitalization transformation in English language in Japan. So the government initiatives that they're very active in here, and then the Giga School concept. Maybe some of you are aware of this Giga concept, and then this Giga concept actually is the government is giving all the elementary students a tablet in order for them to be exposed to this kind of AI learning. And digital training and support, they're very active to that, and the digital materials and platform also, the data-driven learning challenges and opportunities, and then of course the industry involvement. So they ask the industries, different kinds of industries, to involve in learning digitalization. So here's the specific examples of digital transformation initiative in Japanese ELT. So they're giving these devices to all the students in the school. At first, there was actually a problem here. So they gave all this tablets to the students, elementary students, and yet they're doing it to play games. So this is one of the problems. So this is elementary and high school, and now I don't know. There is no data about the effectiveness of this, but they believe that it helps the students now. So realizing effective learning. So because the goal is to every individual could be able to study by themselves, and data-driven decisions, so they could be able to utilize data to understand learning needs. And number 4 is building learning communities. So they believe that if they have their own access to every individual, they would be able to learn with the friends that would be able to meet online now. So that is the concept in here. And where in this digital transformation of education, is it a realistic, sensitive goal? So according to Matsumoto in 2022, so they created this roadmap of the utilization of educational data. And yeah, so enable for the learners to create a society wherein they can be able to learn in their own way, in their own, anytime and anywhere with anyone, wherein the target is up to 2030. So according to Matsumoto, so I like the idea of Matsumoto that, the Japanese government is really painting a digital utopia. This according to her. It's not from mine anyway. But yeah, so, advancing people-centered digitalization that leaves no one behind to build a society where people can use digital technology to choose the services best suited to their needs and realize their own diverse ideas of happiness. So moreover, also it positions the digitalization of education as the key to the broader social transformation. So for her, she believes that it is not what we really need, but we more focus on the happiness of the students now, so learners. Yeah, so we're really painting this kind of utopia environment, really, forgetting the utopia, so which is the utopia and the utopia. Yeah, so I would like a very quick one, so 5 more minutes. This comparison chart compiled by the digitalization roadmap. So for the teaching style, usually today's school is a chalk to talk, lock, stock instruction, but digitalized school will be focused on self-directed learning and class participation restricted mainly to oral response, but whereas tablets can be used to display students' ideas and through processes on digital whiteboards. So there will be no more oral communication, and a certain level of understanding takes time according to to today's style, but then they believe that study time and test results can be utilized instantly to enhance learning. That is what they believe. So limited opportunities to peer dialogue and exchange. So through dialogue like this, there would be limitation, but using tablets, there would be more time to chat now. So ICT used predominantly for gaming. This is today's reality. But then digitalized school opportunities for enrichment and diversitized learning activities in or out of school. So that is the thing. Even if you are in the school or outside the school, you can still learn. So that is what they believe. For the children, of course, the academic records or of transfer students sent via hard copy or not at all. But in digitalized school, all the records could be instantly viewed now by the students. You can easily check these things. Okay, so actually, there are still a lot of things. So children, about the teachers now. So repetitive use of Blackboard for lesson, we can repeat and repeat and repeat until the students can understand what we really want to, to impart to them now. But then in digitalized school, monitor can display prepared material instantly, which is actually can save time for us, but still we don't have this chance to follow up their students now. And of course, laborious for us these days, but in the future, about in 2030, it is no more like this. They said that it's no longer laborious because everything is on the site. You can just get copy paste, and then maybe they said that it's very convenient for us, but is it true or not? So that is the thing. And for the families, there are still many parents have no clear sense of child's daily performance. That is what they said. But then in the year 2030, parents can monitor child's progress and problems and provide support as needed, because all the data of the students will be seen by the parents and teachers. And even the students can also can see their improvements. So the school communities, no means of sharing data among school and locals government, but with the digital schools, they would be able to standardize data. So and this kind of comparisons, the educational services also, and data format differs from one service provider to another, and standardized. Everything would be standardized. So that is the only thing there. Yeah. And yeah, I mentioned a while ago that, as I've said, that this is the idea. Now we are creating our world a utopia environment, which is utopia means, unreality thing. And what we are looking for these days is the utopia environment for learners, which is actually refers to ideal well-being and happiness. So it is not only cognitive, but even, of course, we have to consider the emotional and mental thing. Okay, so for me, I am for the improvement of our AI thing, but let's not forget also the importance of our EQ, the emotional quotient thing. Yes, so that's why for me as a researcher, I always up to the positive psychology bilingual digital. So I put them all together, that it is not just only reading, but also, okay, so why don't we digitalize this in order for them to improve their reading ability, their grammar thing too, by digitalization. So, and how did I start this one? As I've mentioned a while ago, that in Japan, in the university where I teach now, so the level of the students is very low, and I had to bargain that from 90% of English, it went down to 30% English and 70% Japanese, because really, so they really complain, and the effort is really. But in other universities where their major is English, there's no doubt of that. But in the university where I teach, this is just only an elective subject, and it's not their major. So it is just a must of English to take. So, the motivation is different. So, but it is my role to pull them up to the level that I want them to be now. So I have to use their Japanese, which is against my yeah. So you teach English and you have to use English, something like that. But I was asked by the admin that, okay, no, you have to change your belief now, that you cannot, no, you cannot do that here because the level of the students is quite low. Okay, so first 50-50 I bargained, now it became 70, which the happiness grew last year among students because of that. So, but through that, I made this effort that, okay, so in exchange of that, we will do this digitalization, digital. Yes. Okay. So through that, I asked them I want you to have this voice 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 recording and video recording themselves. Now, okay, so finally it was proven that support the mother tongue, using their mother tongue, is very essential in learning English language. I don't know, because in Indonesia, I believe that Indonesia English is English now. So just like in the Philippines, if it is English, if it is English subject, you have to teach English in the classroom. Yep. Okay. And or else in the Philippines, when I was young, so you have to be punished when you speak different, I mean, Tagalog in the school, in the classroom, when your subject is in English. I don't know in Japan, but we used to have that kind of, yeah. So probably these days no more. Yeah. Anyway, so this bilingual digital story book I created. And the objective of this is to explore the effectiveness of mother tongue language support on the positive psychology themed bilingual digital storybook. So there are 8 theme here, kindness, gratitude, compassion, empathy, self-care, and to explore student satisfaction recognition. So achieving emotions, social emotional development, and of course, the pronunciation, grammar, and reading through voice and video recording, and self-confidence development.
That's a
So
nice talk.
yep. Okay, so I use this digital storytelling tools, and so maybe I will be very quick now. And it is a practice of using computer-based tools to tell stories. Yeah, everybody knows this then. So and a powerful technique for teaching and learning. This is really powerful. And I found it very powerful because I asked them to use their cell phone, because cell phone is I mentioned a while ago that because of this giga rule in Japan, that they gave them tablets in elementary and high school, I guess. Yeah, for free to be used in school. And yet, in the university level, so university students here, so they use more of their cell phones, and even most of them, they don't have their most
Not
of
that.
them, they don't have their own computer. Sorry.
Oh, see.
Yeah. So
So,
the reality is they don't have their own computer. So not
oh,
everything. We see that, oh, Japanese are like that, but not of them. Now, because I live in Fukushima, and
mm,
some of them, they're still in the poverty level. So yeah, and they're really working so hard in order for them to be in the university. So, but in the university, there is yeah, there are many computers for them available to use.
mm.
But then they don't want to use, they prefer to use their own cell phone. Yep. Okay, so but as I've said, okay, let's use your tool, the only tool that you have, so on the cell phone. So you can record, you can have a video of yours using your cell phone. We will use that as a tool. I will not require you to have your own computer to bring in this in my classroom, but just bring your cell phone, which is a part of
Nice.
our everyday. Yes.
Okay. So,
Okay, so that's it. So some if you want to use other tools, go to the library and use the available computer. So this is how can we help students start conversation. I told them that, okay, so in order for you to reduce stress and anxiety, I will give you all the autonomy. Okay, the autonomy to do whatever you want to do, even the topic.
mm,
You choose your topic and then you do it at home. Here's the topic. All you have the autonomy. Come back, you read the topic, and
sounds great.
yes. Okay, so that's it. And here are the things that they did this one. They drew their own, they created their own storybooks with using their own illustrations they're really good at. And I showed them that the handwriting is here, and using the computer, this is more visible. I just showed them the difference between the two. This is the handwriting, and some students, they prefer the handwriting, but I told them that this is much better. Yep. So using the computer thing, and they're very good at illustration, as I've said a while ago. So, okay, so this is the sample one, the importance of illustration. So that's why I asked them that if you are, many Japanese are really good at drawing. I mean,
Ah, nice.
very, very good at it. So
Mm,
no doubt of that. So
mm,
you have the talent of that, so use them.
mm,
So okay, so you use your handwritten here. So why don't you try to, this kind of comparison, and then I give
mm,
the freedom to choose whether to use this or their own handwriting.
mm.
And this is the sample one. And cannot draw, sensei, we cannot draw. Okay, if you cannot draw, then why don't you use the available on, here it is, what they did. I cannot play this everything, but just
Nice
this,
talk.
yeah. So you see the combination of sounds, they did it now.
Doc, you sure you still have time? Or
Okay,
better
so
for us to start QA?
Does Geek know about SDGs?
I don't know, but I'm here.
Today we will learn about the ocean of SDGs. Lately, there has been a lot of coverage being thrown.
okay, so this is an example that they recorded their own voices. And then, so I hate tomatoes also. And the sample 3 is they prefer original handwriting. So as I've said a while ago, that they can also use their own handwriting in order for them to, to stress their own ownership. Now, so sensei, so one student said that we don't want to type because we want to show our own handwriting. So yeah, because the to strengthen their own ownership. Okay, so we can use that one. So as I've said, that the autonomy is yours. So this is the graph that what happened: deep learning, flipped learning, and social emotional. It's everything improved, and so the achievement emotion, yes. So despite the stress that they had during this period, so they have realized that they enjoyed now despite the stress that they had. Okay, so and the perceived effectiveness of audio and video recording, it's a very reading ability improved a lot, and even the writing improved a lot. And as I've said, that cell phone use 100% use cell phone and personal computer only 3%. Now, so it's and the conclusion, so when it comes to cognitive, pronunciation improved and reading ability also improved. Social emotional development, they felt so grateful with the members because they help each other. And the empathy, because other students cannot draw, but then other students, they showed their empathy and they had this kind of connection doing their own task. And when it comes to self-confidence, so because of the voice recording and the video recording, they enhance the speaking confidence privately because they really didn't want to speak in public. They didn't even want to present in front of their classmates. So that is, again, we have to understand the cultural background of Japanese people. I mean, the Japanese students, that they are not showy as Filipinos, and probably, but yeah. So they're really, really very shy now. So using the voice recording and video recording somewhere only them can be seen, only the members, is a very good technique for them. And I found it very effective. Yep. And yeah, so the bilingual digital storybook creation in future was less enhanced due to the reason that doing it was so mendoksai or laborious. Despite of these, positive and merit things, still in the future, most of them said that they might not do the digitalization thing. So because they said that it's a kind of laborious for them. So they'll just use what is available online. So that's some students. Yes. Anyway, so as I've said, by incorporating mother tongue language support, so we can be able to cultivate care and empathy for the low-level learners. So educators can create more inclusive and effective learning environments for all students, helping them thrive in a multilingual and multicultural world. Okay, so for the general AI supervision, we can create a more humanized experience by understanding. Yeah, so
Nice.
okay. Yeah, so thank you so much. That is my message is we can just like this ET. So before we had this ET, but now is AI. So we can be able to connect by
Yeah,
creating a very humanized experiences
it's
to the
okay.
teachers and also learners.
Sure.
And thank you so much for thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, Dr. Merissa Ocampo. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any question, please raise hand and mention your name or write on chat room right away. Because Dr. Merissa Ocampo is in rush hour now.
It's okay, I still have.
Questions, ladies and gentlemen, you may raise hand or write on the chat box.
Can I view the chat box here, or maybe you can?
Yeah.
Okay, there.
Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, participants, you may get involved, participate in this presentation. This excellent presentations.
Thank you.
We can't miss it as a taken for granted presentation. Therefore, I do believe you have questions, comment, or suggestions. Just raise your hand, mention your name, or write on chat box. Ladies, gentlemen, participants. Students, do you have any questions? This is an excellent presentation. You cannot miss this presentation, and I believe you have something inside your mind. It's better for you to express your thoughts by asking questions or comments, but no suggestion. It's not your capability to provide suggestion
Yeah.
to Dr. Merissa Ocampo.
Actually, I feel that I'm in the Japanese
yeah.
environment, because when you ask students or somebody wants to ask, nobody will really ask. So
Yeah.
I'm not so
There is one question in chat box.
oh,
Okay, so let's have a look at what is being questioned. Hello, Mrs. Merissa. May I ask a few questions about education in Japan? Is the Japanese education system designed in an integrated manner from kindergarten to high school? And is the curriculum implemented, fixed, or regularly updated in Indonesia? Two questions. And next question, furthermore, is it true that the Japanese learning system is known to be very strict and demanding, as is often portrayed on social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram? Doc?
very nice question. Yeah. So as Matsumoto mentioned a while ago in the one I shared now in 2020s, she said that, yeah, so the the Department of Education in Japan, so they're really creating this kind of ideal, now the utopia. But in
Utopia.
reality, she said, now even she said that it is really not true, but some of them are true, of course. But this 100% beautiful presentation cannot be achieved now. So when it comes to educational system, it's beautiful because it's you know, informed, well written and everything. But the implementation, implementing all those things is impossible. So I am here in the reality. Yeah, so just like in the implementation is, I guess, the way I look at it, implementation of learning English is far better in Indonesia, I guess. Yeah, Indonesia is far
Can't
better.
believe it.
Yeah, so it's the reality because when it comes to conversation and even English, some examinations, Japan's data is really left behind. So that is one of the and
Yeah.
because many students, many learners, they believe that it is not necessary for them to learn English.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
So only those
difficult
who
to
really want,
believe.
only those who really want to go to the higher level, they're really so many good students that they're very good at taking exam and passing exams. Yeah. So as I've said, those who are really aiming for a very prestigious universities, so there's no doubt of that. Yeah. So they're and very strict when it comes to the examination thing.
See.
Yes, but once they enter the good universities, yeah. So that's now very strict when it comes to in the school. It's not strict, but as I've said, when it comes to the taking the examination for just like English proficiency exam, they're very strict, and they have to go to the juku, or we call it the after schools. And again, so this one is personal option.
Okay, Doc, before any other questions, before you leave, could you leave me the takeaway, something you want to say to us?
Yeah. Okay, so it is my privilege to be with you today, and because of this digitalization, I really want to, Indonesia also to be one of the models of the Japanese learners, to have more
See.
kind of exposure, and the Japanese students also see that other, neighboring countries are really doing their best in learning English. And I hope that these neighboring countries also will be seen, the effort that they are doing will be seen by the Japanese people, Japanese learners. Yeah, so that is one of my one of my dreams now.
Okay.
We also get this, be inspired by the neighboring countries' effort in learning English.
Okay. So, yes. Thank you, Doc, for the excellent presentation, informative and inspiring. Then, before you leave this room, the committee will present you the certificates. The committee.
Oh, thank you.
So, Dr. Merissa Brasa Ocampo, Ph.D. This certificate is presented to you, Merissa Brasa Ocampo, Ph.D., Fukushima Gakuin University, Japan, as a keynote speaker for Seminar on English Education Literature and Linguistic Elitics 2025, Global Perspective in ELT, Language Education, Literature, Culture, and Digitalization in Language, which is held by English Education Department, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Universitas PGRI Madiun in Indonesia, held on July the 28th, 2025. Again, thank you very much for the excellent and informative presentation. Thank you, Doc.
Thank you so much.
Okay, that's, ladies and gentlemen, the presentation, the delivery by the first resource speaker, Dr. Merissa Brasa Ocampo from Gakuin University College, Japan. Again, thank you very much, Doc. We would like to see you next time, next
Yeah.
collaborations.
Yeah, I will be here after the meeting. Then I will be back. But
Nice.
Thank
Thank you, Doc. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I should have read the CV of Dr. Merissa Ocampo, but because of the emergency situations, the presentation first, and then reading her CV follows. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me read for you a short CV about her. Merissa Ocampo, PhD, is an educator in the field of health education, positive language learning, and teaching English as a foreign language. She has dedicated her career to finding innovative solutions to motivate learners to embrace English language learning actively and positively. She obtained her Ph.D. from Hokkaido University and has since held academic positions at several institutions in Japan and Philippines, including Wesleyan University, the La Salle University, and the University of Aizu. Currently, she is a tenured faculty member at Fukushima Gakuin University, Japan. Her research is interdisciplinary in nature, focusing on the interplay of linguistics, music, health, and particularly examining the effect of anxiety, burnout, and stress, ABS, on English language learners and educators. She investigates the efficacy of positive psychology, mindful self-compassion, laughter interventions, and music as strategies to mitigate ABS among students and teachers. With first-hand experience mentoring families navigating the Japanese education system through tertiary level, she has explored the family environment mode approach, FEMA, in her prior research endeavors. As a naturalized Japanese citizen, she leverages her knowledge of both Japanese and Filipino languages and cultures to incorporate a cross-cultural perspective into her work. Dr. Ocampo is presently coordinating a modular bilingual storybooks projects associated with a positive psychology interventions aimed at learners across age groups from children to adults. In addition to her regular academic responsibilities, very busy but still have time for volunteering. She volunteered for community readings in bilingual storybooks featuring positive psychology themes in Fukushima and on reading across the Sky online platform. Dr. Merissa Ocampo's approach, Go to Happiness Enjoy, uniquely aims to enhance learners' happiness alongside their language learning outcomes. That was excellent, inspiring for us all, Doc. Thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Waiting academic collaboration to come, Doc.
We can collaborate the linguistic and also the emotional quotient.
Nice, Doc. Nice to offer.
Okay, thank you so much.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the presentations. First delivery by Dr. Merissa Ocampo. The second will be by Ibu Dr. Lestari. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the first will be the delivery, and then will be question and answer. And last of all, I will read her CV. Dr. Lestari, are you there?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Thank you.
so you can go away, Doc,
Okay, thank you,
for about
Pak Sigit.
45 minutes.
Okay, I don't have many slides. I have only 15 slides.
That's
The rest will
okay.
be question and answer sessions.
Nice.
Well, I appreciate question and answer sessions more actually rather than me presenting all the slides.
Good. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Pak Sigit. Good morning, everyone, students and committee and lecturers from UNIPMA. My name is Lestari Setyowati. You can just call me Lestari. Wait, I'd like to present my, what is it? It is not a paper. It is just a collection of slides. Okay. I'm a faculty member in Faculty of Letters, Universitas Negeri Malang. Well, this presentation is just a share for you because I'd like to, yes, share my experience when I did this literature-based instructions during my teaching of writing. So this is perhaps something new for you, that I combine or integrate literature for teaching writing, right? Okay, so the title is From Fairy Tales to Essays. I was hoping that everybody is interested. And I was hoping that I'm not going to make you sleepy or bored with my presentation. That's why I keep my presentation short, only 15 slides. All right, so this is a multimodal literature-based instructions approach. So it's actually combining two approaches. One is the multimodal approach, just like the first presenters. She combines multimodal approach when creating a book for the students, or the students create the book themselves. For this one, this is me and students when they have to create their work or project using multimodals, and I use also literature for teaching writing skills. This is perhaps something new for you. Well, if you are the teacher of senior high school or junior high school, or you are pre-service teachers, perhaps you can, I don't know, I don't want to say you learn from this presentation, but I want you to get the ideas, insights that perhaps you can practice this in your classroom just for curiosity. Okay. This is the second slide. Wait. All right. So everybody, I think, have the same idea that writing is challenging. I wanted to say difficult, but it is so negative, so I said challenging. All right. If you are students, if you are students, S1 students, or you are teachers, or you are a teachers, and you are assigned to write just a paragraph, not an essay, a paragraph writing, the first thing that you come to face is the self barriers, that you have the perceived difficulty that writing is difficult because you have the perceived difficulties within yourself, then it gives you a kind of mental block. And sometimes also from the teacher side, poorly designed tasks is increase the students' disengagement. So let's take a look at reality in junior high school and senior high school classrooms. The teacher were not, in quotation, that good in asking the student to teach writing, okay? But they are so good in teaching grammar. It's kind of ironic, right? So when the students ask the students to write something, he or she just give the instructions. Okay, you create a paragraph or a story that tells about yourself. It is not enough something like that. Writing is a process. It needs scaffold. We cannot just give instruction to the students. Okay, I give you 50 minutes to write your past experience using recount text, or I want you to compare and contrast this menu and that menu. It is not enough something like that. Because of the poorly designed tasks in the classroom, it makes the students demotivated to write because the teacher do not give sufficient scaffold, sufficient scaffolding for them to be able to write well. And then the second, no, the third one is the interactive. Actually the interest lies more on the experience of writing, not on the topic. Yeah, that's the reality. Well, let's see. Now I try to combine the literature. In what way literature come to this part? Perhaps when I say the word literature, you think that literature is hard, it's difficult. Yeah, it depends actually. Yeah, what kind of literature? If you think yourself as unbridged novels, of course it is difficult. If you think literature as classic, of course it is difficult. So what does it mean? It means that it is literature within your reach at your language competence and your language levels, that you can have also classic, but it is shorter text, yeah, not longer one. Actually, the literature is good because it fosters your emotional and cognitive engagement. It supports your grammar, vocabulary, and writing motivation. That's what I hope. And offers moral and cultural and aesthetic value. You can learn a lot from books, not only from books in general, but also from children literature, and then classics or contemporary short stories or novels or whatever it is. You can have the moral values, cultural values, and aesthetic values, meaning the aesthetic value is about the figurative language, the language that you cannot find in the classrooms, because your teacher will very rarely to use figurative languages, right? Your teachers in senior high school and junior high school will not speak to you like a poet. He or she will not speak to you using simile or metaphor or personification. You can find all this beauty in the language only in the literary works. So very rare that you can find for classroom purposes unless you analyze short stories. Okay, the question is why children's literature? I like reading children's literary books, yeah, because it gives it. I'm not that young anymore, but I'm not that old anymore. But when I read children's literature, it brings back my memory that it is nice to have fairy tales, Cinderella, and then Rapunzel, and so on, and it gives highlights to hopes and colors that I could not find perhaps in my adult life. Okay, so it appeals to imagination and emotional growth. It has clear structure and universal themes, for example, friendship, love, and then what else? The theme of loving a mother and then having uh, spirit and motivation to struggle. You can find all those things in literature. Not being told like your mother tells you what is good or bad, but you are going to learn themselves because you read. You are there, but you are not there because you are mingling in the literary work and you are delved into the world of the unknown. You know what I mean by if you like reading stories, you know what I mean, yeah. And children's literature suitable for all ages, including you students, adult learners in EFL settings. All right, now this is a theoretical framework. The theoretical framework is this one. Okay, so you have two key terms in the beginning of my presentation. The first is multimodality, and the second is literature, right? The multimodality framework is the semiotics. It means that you are going to when you understand informations from meaning making, not only from the language, from the letters, but also from signs. You are going to try to make meaning from signs. For example, when you are on the street, you have a sign, a traffic signs, for example, red, the meaning of red is what, green is what, and yellow is what, right? Those are the signs, those are the semiotics. Okay, and then you have also social semiotics, purposeful multimodal communications. These are the examples. Okay, you have the pictures over there, and multiliteracies. You have visual, digital, spatial modes of communication. Spatial modes of communication is something like this. When you communicate to someone, it is not only from words as I speak to you. It is not only from letters or word or sentences or phrases I wrote in my paper, but you see also my meaning of communications, your meaning making of communication from my gestures, the eye contact, but the tone of my speech, for example, the way I move my hands, those are the modes of communication. So when you communicate, it is not only from letters, not from only from sentences, but also from sign language, not the kind of sign language. Yeah, when you see somebody who move hands like this or something like this, those are also the means of communications. Okay, take a look at the pictures. You have different colors. Different colors has different symbols. Those are semiotics as well. You have red. The meaning of red is something like what? Well, it may vary across culture, but in general, it is something like this. For example, blue is always associated with boys. Pink usually associated with girls, something like that. Those are the semiotic. The the way of communications through colors and symbols. Okay, those are the theoretical framework. Now let's come to the multimodality. Again, I said to you before, we communicate in different modes. You can have text, image, sounds, and gestures. The previous presentations has highlighted you learn language better. That's my key takeaways. Yeah, you learn language better if you use multi modes, not only text. Now let's take a look the reality in the classroom nowadays. Most teachers and in junior or senior high school or even in kindergartens or elementary school, they use mostly text, not the combinations of this multimodality. If you want to have the students achieve the maximum potential of learning English, the teacher needs to have text, image, gestures, and sound. So when you say smile, the teacher should have also the sign language in your face, facial expressions of smiling. If you say smile, but you are not smiling, so what does it mean? It contrasts of what you said and the meaning of the language that students should understand. All right, these are the gestures. And actually, communication does involve multiple modes. When you use and you embrace multimodality in your teaching, it enhances engagement and supporting multiliteracy. Multiliteracy, yeah. Okay, it also aligns with modern pedagogy. When we learn, perhaps also Pak Sigit and me or Bu Nuri learned in the past, we were not the Gen Z like you. Now you learn when you learn now, you do not depend on your teachers. You can learn yourself from your gadgets. When your teacher says something about, okay, now we are going to talk about simple present tense and how we use it for our language activities, for example. The teacher says something in the classroom, something like that, but when you have a homework, I bet you will find more information about simple present tense or simple continuous tense from different modes of communication, like YouTube, for example, or perhaps ChatGPT. Well, it is okay to use it as long as you have moral responsibility. And then perhaps you have also the audio versions of AI talking to you about simple present continuous tense. That's the way you learn best when you are the second language or foreign language learners. Use the multimodality approach. Okay, now let's come to the specific role, how I integrate multimodal children's literature for teaching writing. The first is always preparations. So I speak from the point of view of a teacher, all right? In the preparation stage, you, as a teacher, you need to build background knowledge, the student's background knowledge. For example, I can give you some example later on, yeah, very specific examples. For example, you want to discuss every story has intrinsic elements. Every story. It is not only children's literature. Adult literature also have intrinsic elements. Can anyone share what are the intrinsic elements of story? Anybody, please? Or you can write in the chat box. I'd like to know. Anyone? Do you know the intrinsic elements of a story? I think it goes well with your prose subjects, yeah, and critical reading subjects. Let me give you one or two. Plots, settings. What else? Anybody? Adakah ini? Wait, let me see in the chat box. Oh, theme, very good. Characters, okay. Irony is the figurative language, very good, very good. Okay, so I said plot, and then you have also settings, characters, theme. Irony and symbols are figurative language, ya. That's the aesthetic use of the language. Anything else? Ada lagi yang lain? Apa lagi? Point of view, very good. This is Pak Sikir, ya. Okay, point of view. There are different types of point of view. So the literature has the intrinsic elements. We can prepare the students the kind of background knowledge, not by telling them, but you can give them clips. For example, you want to talk about the Cinderella, yeah? Well, Cinderella is very famous stories. You can give the trailer of Cinderella to the students, played in the classrooms for the trailer, and you can ask the students to guess. Who are the characters? Where do you think the setting is? It's just to support the background knowledge. After that, we have the pre-writing. In pre-writing, for comprehensions, we give them time to read silently, because when you read loudly, reading aloud, it is not for comprehensions. For comprehension is silent reading. Ask them 5 minutes to read and then skim and scan the text. After they skim and scan the text, you can have discussions to, again, identifying the intrinsic elements such as plots or characters in antagonist, protagonist characters, so different types of plot, whether the ending is clear or not, something like that. Or you can provide graphic organizers. After the pre-writing activities, you can have drafting. In the drafting, you can give mind mapping, prompts, feedback, and multimodal final product. In the multimodal final product, after the draft, you can ask the students to present by using posters. Oke, gitu ya. Usually, the teachers is caught in the text types assignments. Okay, submit in Google Classrooms. Okay, submit in Google Doc, for example. But now, if you want to think something like multimodal approach, ask the student to submit their work by using posters. Make a posters. After you make the essay or analyze the short stories, put the posters on the Google Classroom so that everybody can give comments, for example. Or you can ask the students to perform or present the posters in the classroom so that everybody can see and give feedback. In terms of your analysis or the stylistic features of your poster, the beauty of your poster, the colors and all elements that support the I don't know, I am going to say the beauty of the posters, because it refers to the literature. Literature is beauty, it's a masterpiece. All right. Okay, next slide. Ini ya caranya ya, the 3-phase instructions. And then next slides. The next slide is something like this. So I give you specific examples in the preparation phase. This, when I said something to you, I did what I said. It is not just a theory. This is the thing that I have done for my students for essay writing. You know, essay writing is on the third semester of the students. At that time, the students should write exemplification essay or reasoning essay or logical division essay. So they have to give the first reason, the second reason, the third reason. What did I do at that time? I used literature. I did something with the giving tree. You can check yourself what is a giving tree. The giving tree is actually narrative poems. Well, some people said this is a short story, but some people said this is narrative poem. The writer himself, self-referenced, claim this is a narrative poem. Okay, now let's us trust this self-referencing. This is a narrative poems, because children's literature is not only about stories. It can also about poems. It can be also drama. It can be also about short stories. No, this is the example, the giving tree. In the preparation stage, I try to build the students' background knowledge by giving this picture. Okay, now you have these pictures. We discuss the visuals. Nowadays, when we teach something, there is a viewing activity. Yeah, this is something new. We don't have that in the past, but now we have the viewing activity. Now take a look at the pictures. What does the pictures tells you? Then the students can discuss. Now I'm going to ask you, you can write in the chat box, what does this picture tells you? Please write in the chat box. Yes, please. Anybody? Write in the chat box if you are shy to say anything. Anybody? What does this picture tells you? Are you familiar with the story? No? Okay. Now let me try to share screen. Yeah. Did I share screen? No. Wait. Okay. All right. So this is the giving tree. Can you see my slides? Yes, everyone? Yes, okay. Okay, that's great. All right, so this is the giving tree. I asked them to evaluate that. And then in the pre-writing stage, this is the prompt. I ask the students to read the giving tree. We have the PDF. You can browse the internet, yeah, the giving tree by Silverstein. Read the story silently or the narrative poem suddenly, or you can also combine with animated story viewing. We have also the digital versions of the story in YouTube. Browse yourself. Okay, after they get the sources while viewing or while watching the YouTube or after reading, you can have this kind of graphic organizer activity to help you comprehend the story better. You can have group discussions or guided questions. What can the tree gives you in general? Look at the book cover. Who are the characters? What do you think happens? Write 3 to 5 new words and a simple meaning. What did you notice? You can have also think, pair, share activities. What questions do you have about the story? This is for reflections. Okay, this is to prepare the students to write, not the writing itself. So what are the writing activity? Okay, this is a drafting. You can provide the students with mind mapping or outlining ideas, because remember, writing is a process. Okay, you cannot ask the students to give you the story of giving tree. You play the video, you give them the text, you give them the picture, and then in the writing itself, you just give the students, I give you 15 minutes to write your opinion about the short story. It is not enough, something like that. Writing is a process. You need to give the students some access to 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 to, to draft, yeah, to outlines their ideas. You can help them by using this kind of drafting activity, by using mind mapping or by using outlining ideas, yeah. And then you can also have After that, peer feedback, revisions, and again, multimodal final product. Perhaps you can ask the students to perform a video if you want to have speaking activity, but in this case, this is writing. Again, perhaps it can be a poster. Perhaps you can ask the students to write in Padlet, okay, in Padlet, or you can ask the students to write in Medium, for example. So you use the combinations of technology because it is the students' life, it is the Gen Z life, okay? Not perhaps not my life, but this is their life. So when they are interactively use the technology, they can, we hope that they love the process of the learning. All right, this is the example of the students' output. So do you remember there are several stages in writing before they finally come to the final product, right? You can have this kind of activity, other students to make a poster. What is the summary? What is the story is about? What does the tree symbolize? What is your personal reflections? A kind of posters. So they can present this in the classrooms, or you can collect asynchronously in Google Classrooms. If you ask the students to make a poster and they perform that in front of the classroom, then you use not only writing activity, but also using speaking activity. Now take a look. You have so many skills involved in this. You have listening using video. You have also reading using a text from Silverstein in the form of PDF. You have also writing because they have to write in one sentence, for example, using the right grammar, or perhaps they can also have the performance or using speaking activity in the classrooms. And writing, yeah, writing. If when you learn language, it is not only one skill. It should be a combination of at least two skills. Yeah, it is true that this is for writing activity, but it doesn't mean that everything should be all 100% writing. No. When you read, when you write, you also read. When you write, you also perhaps using grammar in language components. When you write, perhaps you want to share your opinion to somebody else by using your voice, oral activity, for example, something like that. All right. So this is the additional multiple writing prompts. You can have close prompts, ask for specific answer. Close prompts meaning that you don't have any other choice for the students to answer, but this is something like that. Ask for specific answer with a clear structure and directions. For example, describe two major events in the giving tree. How do these events show the boy is changing relationship with the tree? So you have no other options in the answers, but that is close. You have also semi-open prompt, allows more interpretation, but still guides the content. In your opinion, is that a good friend? You have to understand the giving tree to understand these kind of questions. Why or why not? Support your answer with at least two events from the story, or you can have also open prompt, encourage creativity and personal connection with minimal constraints. You can ask the students to retell from the perspective of the tree or the boy, or you may change the ending if you wish. This is something interesting. Okay, reading has something to do with predictions, right? When you write something in creative writing, you have a story, but sometimes the ending of the story did not appeal to you. You hate the ending. Have you ever experienced that? I think we are, right? For example, not a story, movie, Logan, yeah, Logan. In Logan, as one of the Marvel story, Logan died, right? I hate that ending. If I had a chance to rewrite the ending, I'm going to make him live forever. So similar to this kind of writing activity in creative writing, you can ask the students to have different types of ending that suits your preference. Meaning what? Meaning that every student in the classroom might have different ending. You can have individual activity for this one, or you can have a pair activity, or you can have a project activity. In the project activity, of course, since this is a project, it should be harder in terms of the way and the way how the task is completed and how the final product is performed in the classrooms. But if just you want to have the individual activity, you can ask the students to retell or to write in a paragraph, simple paragraph, the ending of your own ending. All right, that's the open prompt. So this is other examples of the preparations. This is multimodals. Do you still remember what it means by multimodal? You combine 4 modes, right? Text, audio, visual, and I forget the other one. So you have to combine all those things, all right, for your learning. Imagine you are using short stories. If you are teaching junior high school or senior high school, and you are teaching short stories as a teacher, you give them a crossword puzzle like this. This is for reading comprehension, actually. Now take a look at the questions. The reading comprehension is spelling the cat. You can have this from the Aesop Fables. You have the link. Find out yourself Aesop Fables. There are many short, super short stories. Yeah, super short children's short stories. So you can use those stories for teaching narrative text, for example. But instead of giving comprehension questions classically or conventionally by using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as usual, you give them something like this, the crossword puzzle. For example, who was the mouse enemy? To have the answers number 2, you have to read the text, right? So that you can put your answers in the crossword puzzles. Yeah, this is a vocabulary games, or you can have also combining with puzzle for comprehensions. And then other example writing prompts, compare the book or the story with movie adaptation. The thing that I have used for comparing is Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Match Seller. This is a very famous story. You have the movie Hans Christian Andersen, The Little Match Sellers, the movie and the short story. Ask the students to compare the movie version and the written version, in what way they are different and in what way they are similar. In the teaching of writing, in essay writing, this kind of paragraph is developed by using comparison and contrast. So is it okay? Okay, no problem. You just use different way of asking the students to write. Some people use different method, like using comparing the cities and the suburb, comparing the school life and the college life. But I use different things. I ask the students to compare this story, the written version and the movie version. Will that okay? Okay. Because the learning objective is to enable the students to write comparison and contrast essay. So it doesn't say what kind of approach I have to use. That is only the learning objective. So I stick to the learning objective, and other ways I'm using things that satisfy my curiosity. All right. Okay, so we come to the end of the slides, the key benefits and outcomes. If you use children literature using multimodal approach, multimodal literary-based instructions, it can enhance your skills, your critical thinking, your creativity. In what way it is creative? Because when you design a poster, it has creativity, right? You are very creative in going to what kind of colors, what kind of fonts, what kind of theme that match the story with your posters. Those are the creativity. That is your soft skills. You are going to be very critical to the story. You are going to learn in teamwork, because not all our ideas are accepted by our peers. Then you have to try to adjust yourself. Okay, those are the skills, not only the hard skills, the writing skill, but also your soft skills. You have also collaboration and autonomy, because you are going to learn at home, encourage teamwork and independent learning. That's what I hope. And literacy development builds digital and cultural literacy. In the past, literacy is only reading and writing, but now it is not only reading and writing. It is also digital literacy, the way or your ability to use technology to enhance or to help you reach your teaching objective. Okay, you can also have the sample students output, all the end product. You can have short essays, you can have mind maps, you can have posters, or you can have video narrations. As writing is a productive skills, if you want to use this for speaking skills, of course, your end product should be oral presentations, right? Video narrations. You can ask the students to publish in TikTok, for example, their analysis, not in terms of writing mode, because your focus is on speaking. Ask them to present them in TikTok, for example, or in short video in YouTube, publish in YouTube. Or you want the students to make, I don't know, there are so many ways of presenting in the form of digital presentation by using oral presentations. Yeah, this is a conclusions. Children's literature combined with multimodality offers a powerful approach to writing instructions, because I choose writing. It enhances engagement, literacy, and personal development, fostering innovation and inclusivity in EFL classrooms. So I have introduced you another word, that is inclusivity. Why inclusivity? Because not all students, yeah, in reality are able to see like everybody else.
Mm.
But when you use text only, it is only for us,
Mm.
mainstream people. But if you use videos and audio, it might help students with some disabilities. Visual impairment, for example, or hearing impairment.
Nice.
Using video and audio might help them much. All right, I think that's all for presentation, Pak Sigit.
That's
This is the references. Okay, I stop share. I invite any questions.
Yes,
Everyone?
thank you, Dr. Lestari Setyowati. That's another excellent delivery.
Thank you, Pak.
So, ladies and gentlemen, because Ibu Dr. Lestari still leave some 20 or 15
Oh,
minutes,
that's great.
it's better for us to have QA right away rather than later. So,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions or comment or whatever, please raise hand or write on the chat box. We are waiting for your participation. So take part, everyone.
Yeah, while we are waiting for our participants' questions,
Nice,
I
nice.
prefer, those who have experience using this kind of this and share their ideas, what they have done in the classrooms. Perhaps the teachers, secondary teachers, elementary teachers, perhaps
That's
using
nice.
stories, or students. It doesn't mean that students should not ask questions. Okay.
Yeah, nice. That's engagement, right?
Yes, Pak.
Among ways how to participate actively. That will be great. Great. Highly appreciated. So, ladies and gentlemen, everyone, students.
Or perhaps you can point the
Yeah,
students.
this a
This is like what
traditional way
every
how
teachers
to
do.
get student involved in a
Traditional way.
classroom.
Yeah.
If no one is
Yeah.
voluntarily get
Ask
involved in the
questions. Yeah.
classroom, so the teacher,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Lestari,
That's what we
let
do. Eh?
them do voluntarily. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, no,
everyone,
you don't. I do.
please get involved. Ask questions, share your experience, or comment or whatever. The presentation is too good to be missed. Doc, while we are
Okay.
waiting for students to get involved, while the world is moving, it's moving to multimodality. World is moving to multimodality. More people learn from multimodal sources of learning. It seems the education still rely on the traditional definition of literacy. So literacy is defined as learning verbal rather than multimodal, combining verbal, visual, auditory plus gestures. Your comment, Doc.
Okay, so I couldn't help it, yeah, Pak.
Yeah, no, this is a comment.
Because most teachers, especially in not only in rural areas, actually, in
Yeah.
cities as well.
Yeah.
That when we talk about literacy, their mind will automatically connect reading and writing
Yes.
in conventional way.
Nice.
But now, well, as now I talk as a lecturers. As a lecturers, we can have some civil service to those kind of teachers. Perhaps we can give a workshop
Nice.
how to include or integrate different modes of communications into
Nice.
or we can, as a lecturers, as a part of Tridharma, we can have also some research how the teacher perceive multimodal literacy for their teachings,
Nice
or
idea.
perhaps developing something from us as a as a lecturers, as at least one chapters, one chapters for teaching one specific skills, and we give it to the teachers. What do you think about this? How do you teach? Not doesn't it doesn't mean that our product is better, but it just to give them insights.
Nice, nice, nice. So, ladies, gentlemen, participants, students, please get involved. Many ways how to get involved in this conference. You may ask questions, you may share your first-hand experience or what you heard from your friends, and so on and so on.
All right, I'd like to comment to Vita Penditianing. Yes, is it
Yeah.
a student? Is she a student or a lecturer?
Both students.
Oh, both students.
Both
Okay.
students.
Titanic has an undesirable ending. Yeah, I hate that ending because I hate that ending. But the question is, how can we use that ending for teaching? That's something new, right?
Yeah.
It might works well for creative writing. Do you have creative writing class in UNIPMA, Pak Sikit?
Yeah. No, creative writing.
No, okay.
No.
We have creative writing in UM, so we can
Nice.
use creative writing mostly focus on the creation
Wow.
of poems, the creations of drama
It's
script,
for
the
undergraduate
creations of short
student.
stories. Yeah, it's no undergraduate
Nice.
students.
Undergraduate student.
As an undergraduate students, it's an elective course.
Nice.
I thought that last semesters, and I usually use this kind of ending in movies. Okay, this I played the ending of the movie, and I asked students, is that likable? And the students said, I hate that. Okay, now write your own ending, and they didn't see that coming. Because I asked them, now you write your own endings and in one paragraph, please. Well, whether they like it or not, they have to write the ending. Yeah, different from the one that I showed them on the screen. And it is okay using trailers. Okay, everyone, trailers on YouTube are rich of information and sources for you to use in your classroom. You just need to know how to use it. Okay.
Yeah, video clips or a trailer
TikTok,
is a very compact, right? In a very short
very
manner, it contains a lot.
Okay.
Very much persuasive.
Yes, you are true. Sometimes also using TikTok, for example, teaching grammar. This is the thing that I do in the past. Yeah, teaching grammar. They learn. This is something new from me. They learn tenses from TikTok.
Nice.
Okay. Or they show me, how do you know that this answer of this is this? I see it from TikTok. Okay, now
That's
I get the
great.
idea.
Yeah.
Now I want you to re-explain this and use your own TikTok.
Nice.
And they didn't even see it coming. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, if only I did not say the teacher that I use it from TikTok.
Yeah, so you get inspired by the students, Doc.
Yes, that's true. That's true. I learned a lot from them.
Nice.
So it's like they shoot back at me and I shoot back at them.
It seems we have another question or comment by student named Vita.
Okay. Oh yeah, you can use AI as well. This is how I do, Bu Vita, yeah? Because do not ask the student to take the work at home. Yeah, do not ask the students to take the work at home. In a classroom, you have to prepare yourself with a piece of paper.
Nice.
Okay,
It's
now
nice.
in the classroom, this is what I do, and I know the
Mm.
students, they are much smarter than me, okay?
Yeah. So they
Smart in
live
many
their
ways.
own. Yeah.
Smart in many ways, okay? So in UM, now let me tell you, Pak Sigit, in UM,
Yeah.
for writing activities, we do not use gadget anymore, yeah,
I
for
see.
tests. We use paper-based, going back to conventionals.
Oh, great.
So when we ask the students to write, in this case, using the ending of the story, I ask the students to write on a book. I ask the students to, for my subject, I want everyone to have a book. Cover your book with in brown cover, okay?
Wow.
Write your name on it and bring it every course of mine, gitu.
Nice.
So they write the ending on a book, a paragraph,
Yeah.
and then I check. So I check all the endings in the classrooms. Then they can take it home, copy or have a screenshot of your paragraph of the ending of the story and submit in Google Classroom. They submit the photocopy, the copy of the writing, and then at home I ask them to refine the process. That is the first draft, right? At home, I want them to refine the draft that they have produced in the classrooms, and then they can come up with any ideas as long as I have the first draft already. No, I can track the progress of their
Yeah.
writing.
Nice.
That's
Nice.
it, Bu. Jadi don't ask them to, okay, that's your homework, get your own ending. No, that is a suicide for you as a teacher. You will
Nice.
never know how they progress in their writings. Okay.
Nice. Okay. So welcome back to Dr. Merissa Ocampo. Students, do you have any questions? This is a very interesting topic of discussion delivered by Ibu Lestari. If you have first-hand experience, that will be better to share here.
Or perhaps you can share your experience, students, of your using AI for writing. Now, I'd like to know. I'd like to know how far.
Bu Lestari, AI is friends of who?
Both.
Dr. Merissa.
It depends.
Dr. Merissa, what do you think? AI is friends of who? So your microphone, Doc.
As for me, AI is a friend if you will use it moderately.
Nice.
Yeah. And also to improve your ability to, especially the pronunciation and grammar of things. We can learn from the AI now, but not onto it 100%, I guess.
Nice.
Yes. So that is what I'm always telling to my students, that you can use that. But imagine, can you expect the students to submit a piece of writing, a piece of essay, 100% perfect? It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I prefer an essay, a very short essay with mistakes, than to have 100%.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's correct.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So as a teacher, we expect errors actually, but because errors is a sign of learning. If it's too good to be true,
Yeah.
then you need to ask yourself.
Yeah. So
and I always encourage them to love mistakes, because from mistakes, don't be scared of mistakes. Yeah.
Okay. So it seems AI for us should be treated as co-pilots, and the pilot is us, right?
Yes, yeah, true.
Yeah.
All right.
Because as the name suggests, right? Co-pilot, not pilot.
Yeah, all right. That's
Microsoft.
true.
Nice.
AI cannot do anything without your instructions, right?
Yeah. It
It's
depends
just a
on our
tool.
prompt.
It's just a tool. So
Nice.
it is not your foe. It can be your friends, but if
Yes.
this is like a knife,
Yeah.
a knife cannot do anything without the movement of your hands.
Yes. What's a big mistake for most of us, especially students, is that treating the results given by their prompt as taken for granted, right? Often, their analysis is not expected, especially a specific discipline, for example. So it seems Everyone, let's treat AI as co-pilot. The pilot is you.
Yeah, you are the pilot.
Nice. So, students, ladies and gentlemen, any questions? Please feel free.
Okay, I have the comments from
Oh,
Ibu Vika
nice.
again.
Okay.
Sometimes the
Very active
generation gap.
students.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, Ibu, you're going to learn a lot. Yeah,
Yeah. So
from your
please
own
start.
reflection, I think your own reflection. Writing is about reflections.
See.
Sometimes the generation gap is also a problem where students frequently prefer Korean movies. Yes, that's true. The teacher still cannot accustomed to that kind of genre. Yes, that's true. So it is quite hard to give example with a real example. But I believe Lulus she is not a fan, but she is a victim of Korean wave. So who should take most part of it? The teacher should go hand
Yeah.
in hand with the current technology nowadays. What they prefer, what they like, then we should find out so that they should not go to our world. We should go to their world. In that case, the learning can be, well, we expect to be enjoyable, right? And engage for them. If we cannot give the world that they want to be in, so we are going to be living in a cave. You know what I mean by living in a cave? Yeah, most teachers are like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't like Korean movies, for example. I like Korean movies.
Yeah.
I like
That's
it
nice.
because I was forced to like it because my students mostly talks about
Korean.
BTS.
Yeah.
They talk about some Korean movie actors,
Yeah.
and
And you don't know.
I don't know. So I forced myself to like it. Now I'm become a fan.
Nice. Nice. Like another
And
inspiration, right? From
yeah,
student.
so we need to go to their world, not
Yeah.
for them
Yeah.
to go into our world.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So is that all, Doc?
Yeah. Thank you, Pak
Okay.
Zika. Thank you
So
for having me.
nice, excellent delivery, excellent sharing
Thank
session.
you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, now it is 10:03, 3 minutes beyond expectation. That's great. As I told everyone before moving to the third session, the third presentation by Bapak Dr. Samsul Arifin, I would like to read some of the curriculum vitae Ibu Dr. Lestari Setyowati. Ladies and gentlemen, Ibu Dr. Lestari Setyowati is among worth to be idol as lecturers because everyone, she is consistent as we say the way she pursues education. So just like just let's have a look. Undergraduate study, undergraduate degree, that's English education. Master degree, English education. PhD, doctoral degree, English education from the same university. So consistent in the most consistent way. My head is off, Doc, being a consistent lecturer.
Thank you, Pak Zika.
Nice.
Well,
Nice.
you give me something to fly over the sky, Pak Zika.
It's a fact, bro. And ladies and gentlemen, now let's talk about how great she is as a academician. First of all, let's have a look at the track record of research. Here it is written um, 12 research experience. I believe it must be more than 12, but written here only 12. Then let's have a look at community engagement. Community engagement. It is written here 8. It must be more than it, I believe. Maybe from some or other reason, it was written only 8. I would like to mention an example of research. Penelitian fundamental reguler, if efektivitas, wah ini konsisten lagi, again consistent. Multimodal project-based learning untuk akselerasi kompetensi menulis akademik berbasis SDGs dan berorientasi pendidikan karakter multi-use. Nice, an example. And then articles, academic articles. It is listed long pages, contains 39 articles. What an academicians. And conferences, involvement and conferences, it is written 15. What an active academician. So, ladies and gentlemen, how grateful we are today. We have extraordinary people. Dr. Merissa Ocampo, Ibu Lestari, and then Pak Dr. Samsul. So everyone, let's give a warm thumbs up to Dr. Merissa Ocampo and Ibu Lestari before welcoming the third. Thank you, Bu Lestari. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now we come to the third resource speaker. That's by Bapak Dr. Samsul Arifin. Pak Samsul, you
Yes,
ready?
I'm ready, sir. Okay.
Nice. Now, please take the floor for about 45 minutes,
Okay,
Pak
thank you
Samsul.
very much for the time, Pak Sigit. Ladies and gentlemen, let me share my PowerPoint slides as well. Yep. Yep. Okay, so the topic that I'm sharing to you all, entitled Building Chess Pre-Service Teachers in the Age of Artificial Intelligence. What I heard, what I listened from the previous two speakers, they're really concerned on, and also the moderators were discussing about artificial intelligence, and I do agree with the ideas coming up from the previous speakers and also the moderators that AIs should be used as a co-pilot to assist you teaching and also to assist your daily life. So today I'm going to share you about how can the AI help pre-service teachers, including EFL pre-service teachers, in enhancing their moral intelligence. Well, this topic is actually interested not only for the teachers joining this conference, but also for pre-service teachers, in-service teachers, and also most of parents who have children at their homes. So the presentation will be divided into three main goals. The first is understanding the importance of strong character traits. Well, in today's world is changing rapidly, and the student's character is moving part into various distractions. We can see it clearly in various viral videos around us. And I wish that having the insight to understand the shift can help us identify better about how to take an action toward the cases. And secondly, by joining this presentation, I wish that you'd have a deeper understanding on how to identify ethical and moral issues. This comes up in education setting. The educational settings here are in the form of classroom interaction, school setting interaction among pre-service teachers, among students, and also how the interaction between pre-service teachers and students goes during this week. And at the end of the presentation, you are going to be presented with how AI, artificial intelligence, can be a co-pilot, as what the previous speakers and also the moderators told us previously. It can be used as the assistance to our teaching, so that it will help us as pre-service teachers in service, or also the teachers as well, on how to behave appropriately to assist the students and to help shaping the students' character buildings better. As we know that nowadays students' character is differently developing. We wish that the assistance of AI can help the teachers designing the best actions. So the ideas comes up with the belief that teaching is a moral profession. We all understand in Indonesia there are four main basics competence that a teacher should be mastered. They are obligated to be good in pedagogic, in personal and social, and also in professional. So when pedagogical advancement can be easily held to various credit of studies taken by the students, especially for those pre-service teachers, and a lot of skills also added to help them good in not only understanding the teaching materials, including in the FL teachings, but also and also how to deliver it in deep learning, as what is commonly heard these days, way, so that the teaching learning process can reach the goal with a fun and meaningful way. However, on the other side, the personal competence is rarely discussed. We all understand that good behavior of the teacher significantly impacts on the students' behavior. So, teachers' professions is a kind of cornerstone to build the students' character formations. The students' character is commonly they not only gain from their daily life in their house and their home, but also can be built in the school settings. If you know that most of Indonesians spend of about 8 hours long at school, start from 7 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, or 3 in the afternoon. And it means that during those periods, it is very significant for the teachers to understand and to enhance the students' personal competence. And these kinds of ideas help to encompass the cognitive, social, emotional, and moral aspects of the students. This is called a holistic development. So the school settings not only help the students to increase their cognitive ability, to make them able to face the forced words, to make them able to get a good job and good earning for their life in the means of cognitive, but also helping them improving the social, emotional, and moral aspects. This is called holistic development. How could it be? Once a person have a good cognitive ability, it means that he or she is good at job. However, she or he has no good moral aspects, emotional, as what the first speaker told us previously, and also the social ability to help each others holistically, then it will means nothing. He wouldn't last. He wouldn't stay longer for that kind of job. He would get stressed easier. He would be getting pressure with the job, and he cannot even reach his or her potential. And this means that character educations or moral literacy rules an important aspect to help them staying further on their life with a good emotional shaping. This also happens in pre-service teachers when they cannot perform the good personality. It means that they wouldn't be long last in this job, and what happens next, they wouldn't be able to shape the character of the students. How can pre-service teachers or even the teachers can make the students' character better if they cannot shape their own thought, feelings, and also behaviors? Thus, the ethical responsibility of pre-service teachers should be able to understand and also to comprehend the ethical responsibility should be able to comprehend a good character. The good character itself consists of knowing the good, desiring the good, and doing the good. These three options should be well understood by the pre-service teachers as well, not only the teachers. So knowing how it should be from the theoretical frameworks, and also how to drive their moral compass into a good decision of facing a real problem, and the last is how to maintain that kind of moral and compass into real life situations and keep moving and keep enriching time by time. So based on those findings on the previous articles and also those previous ideas, so here I comes up with a virtuous teachers. What is actually virtuous teachers here? A virtuous teachers comes up from the ideas of competence, of which the competence itself is broken down from the personal competence as the Undang-Undang number 5 2015, if I'm not mistaken, that it is kind of a set of knowledge, attitude, skills, and abilities that allows for individual excellence in the performance of a certain task. Here means that teacher personal competence is a kind of attitude, skill, and abilities. A teacher should have a good skills. They should behave good. They should also have the ability to understand what happens in surroundings, not only on his or himself, but also what happened to students. We know that nowadays the number of counselor in school, I mean in Bahasa it is guru BK, bimbingan counseling. The number of counselor teacher in school is limited. As we know, in one junior high school, for example, or one senior high school, there is only less than 5, less than 3, sometimes counselor teachers in that level of schools, and they have to face of about more than 500 students start from the 7th to the 9th or the 10th to the 11th. It's so crucial. So when all the student cases are being obligation of counselor teachers, they wouldn't be able to cope the problems that every student, and we are having a gap with our institutionals rules that each Indonesian students should have the same right under the law, and they should have a good in education and also reaching their potential. And it is so pity to know that the job of this counselor teachers is facing so many students. Thus, the job of building students' moral ability should be assisted by the teachers in every schools. The teacher have an additional job as a personal competence to help the students behave better. And related to those, we know that there are several virtues that the students should be able to master. Our government listed of about 18 to 36 characters should be mastered by students. However, we are here trying to focus on the pre-service teachers or in service, or also the professional teachers virtues, of which I'm going to divide this into the theory of my purpose on how to develop the pre-service teachers and also parents teachers. Parents virtues, I mean. The virtue itself is stable inner dispositions and that enable one to act well. So here we know that it is a kind of driven factors coming up from the inner dispositions of the pre-service teachers. We cannot see it directly with our eyes. However, we can feel that the virtues exists and due to the action taken by the pre-service teachers. Thus, it ends up with the terms of moral intelligence. It is a very, very specific terms comes up from Michelle Burba. She mentions that there are of at least 7 essential virtues to help a parent or a teacher building the students. And it's a kind of a capacity to understand right from wrong. A teacher of free service teacher or parents should be able to know whether those action is right or this action is wrong, what the students and also what their children do is allowed or disallowed. This kinds of ethical convictions will unconsciously help the students to behave later on better based on the right decision given by the teacher, also the parents. So, what is it like the 7 essential virtues coming up from Burba's moral intelligence? We've got here. I'm going to focus on this 5 virtues only. I'm not going to talk on the 18 or 36 listed by our government in Indonesia, but I just will focus on empathy, conscience, self-control, respect, kindness, tolerance, and also fairness. This kind of 7 virtues is mostly related to the teachers so that they will be able to perform better and only to help students increasing their cognitive but also affective factors that will help them better in their life and also in their job and also the long staying in their life. So this is what I'm going to share you. I wish that sharing these kinds of indicators will help you will help to recall your memories. I believe that you all are good in these kinds of knowledge, and I believe that even you are pre-service, in service, and also professional teachers very familiar with these kinds of indicators. But here, let me recall your memories. That it will. I wish that it will strengthen it up, and I wish that it will make you remember it again. And I expect that it will give another motivation to help you shaping your students' moral values. So the first key moral value comes up with empathy. This is the ability to identify and feel other people concerns. It means that we have to understand how other people feeling about the ideas, what they are feeling. We have to think of others, and we can identify with and feel. So here, as a pre-service teachers, you can do this following indicators to help you solve the students and to help you showing your empathy to your students. So the first ideas comes up with responding with words, touch, and also visual expressions. So sometimes when look at the picture coming up under the word empathy, here teacher is trying to make the student convert. She shows her empathy by giving a touch and also visual expressions. He tried to understand the students' feelings. This is what you should do when you become a when you become a teacher and you face the students' cases. You should demonstrate behaviors. You should show care on them, and this kinds of activity can be done by a lot of nonverbal cues, not only words, but also you can use your body movement, just like the hands. Try to give to the students the picture and visual expression on our voice, and you should offering convert and also taking actions, speaking out the problems, engaging in discussion, and try to listen what their problems and never judging that they are right or wrong. Just listen, and then at the end, verbally naming the emotions and sharing the problems coming up from others and how others can help them. What is it like? Can help them overcoming the problems. This conformity is very urgent, very essential for pre-service teachers, since they are going to face various students and various cases at schools. So things that you need to consider is that you should be good in understanding. Don't be egoistic. I mean, don't think of yourself, but feel what others. Okay, don't judge others. Just feel what they are facing. Try to show your attention, your care, not only by word but also by body movement. And also, you should be able to displaying emotional reactions at the end, and with verbally discuss about the problems and point out how to solve the problem from the other's point of view. The second key moral value is conscience. This is the knowledge about the right and decent way to act and acting that way. So this we might have these problems. We should be good as a teacher. We should be good. We should express when we state rules and the students dis, disobey the rules, and when we sometimes punish them, and the rules can also be explained by us as the teacher. What we should do, we should also do the same as what the students feel. We can be punished, or things that you should give to them is apologizing. So we should be able to make students familiar with apologizing with others, and they should be able to identify and also explaining why sometimes is allowed and why the ideas is disallowed. You should be honest that some things is right and some things is wrong. This should be showed from how far is the action beneficial to the students itself. For example, when the students do an action and the action is not allowed by the norms, then you should be strictly you should be honestly tell them that this cases is disallowed, and you should do this way. What are the parameters? Is the beneficial factors? Is it beneficial for you? It is, or it is beneficial. And other way I should do to be a conscious teacher is you should accept mistakes without blaming. This is the problem. Some teachers might think that they are better than the students. They sometimes blame the student due to the problem comes up with them. They never think that the students are also a human being. They have got feelings. They should be able to accept the mistakes without being blamed. This is very important. When their heart is broken, they wouldn't have any trust to the teachers, and they will behave differently what we are expected. To be a conscient teachers, you should also demonstrate doing what is right. You should be a model for the teachers, for the students, how to do some things right. And you should make an effort of think of others better. And the third is key control. Before I continue my presentation, I'd like to apologize for you that I might be presenting quite fast. I wish that the time given would cover all the slides I'm going to present to you, but don't worry, the slide just consists of 15 slides. I have a lot of words written. I wish that not only listening to my talk, but I wish that you can read the detail of my PowerPoint so that you can get better insights. Okay, thank you. Let me continue from the third key moral value. It is self-control. So what is self-control itself actually? This is the ability to regulate your thought and actions. This is the most difficult way. As you see on the picture, we are trying to get calm when other people are trying to blaming us. Other people are trying to shouting on us. And sometimes as a teacher or pre-service teacher, handling pressure is not such easy. So we have to be able to know and feel it's right. We should keep in self-control when we believe that what we hope, what we believe is right, we can control it very well. So sometimes our students have some problems here. They are trying to what is it like? They're trying to sometimes the students should be able to raise and also, wait a second. Let me take a breath of a while. Okay. So here are some indicators that you can use. On the third listed are several problems covered with students, while the rest of the indicators showing us what the strategies can be taken by the teachers to control the actions. The problem come out with raising a hand and waiting, and also observing and following and taking rules, controlling internal impulse. We know that some students might be good at class. She or he has a good ability in learning, not only in various subjects, but also in English. For example, when the teacher asks a question, he or she will suddenly raising hands without thinking of others, and they would try to answer directly, and they cannot control themselves. What strategies can we use to to face this kind of actions, what we need to know is we would sometimes showing passion and waiting for the so showing passion to the students and also regaining calm. We have to tell them what the right is right and the wrong is wrong. We have to give a clear regulation toward what we are going to do when they are doing something that is uncontrolled. For example, they try to hit their friends without any problem at all. We should state clearly that this action is wrong and this action should be avoided due to several reasons. These reasons also said in a calm way, so thus they will not be disappointed or frustrated. Okay, the fourth is respects. On this point of view, it means that you are going to valuing others, treating them in a considerate way. So this is a common way. We also say that respect others when it is a common word that we have in social media. Respect others, respect and respect. It is common. However, to know the detail of the respect itself, you should show your respectful behavior toward others. Not by not judging the age, belief, culture, also the gender. So this can be individual. You should not differentiate each other due to the age. For example, when you find your students better, really agree with the statement of the previous speakers that I believe that my students, some of my students or many of my students are better in using technology, for example, in using social media to help them learning. Thus, I try to do the same to enhance my ability. And I do agree with this. This is a kind of showing respects that we cannot judge that someone's younger than us having a worse knowledge than what we have. We believe that they are good in several aspects, but we should also believe in ourselves that we are also having a strength in other sides. So this is a kind of respect. And another way to show it is by using a good voice and also try not to get into the individuals what is it like individuals I mean, everybody that has their own business, so not getting touched into more privacy on their businesses. Everybody need a privacy on their life, and we should not get into deeper on that action. So, how to show care? It is that we are not going to get it deeper without any permission, and we should respect better. Okay, not smirking, rolling eyes, shaking head, turning away, and using several phrases like "excuse me, please, sorry," etc. And the fifth, it is kindness, demonstrating concern about the welfare and feelings of others. So here, being kind is very important in our this life. We can give it by encouraging comments, showing genuine concern, facial expression, question, actions. Then, what is the most important is standing up for someone is being bullied. You know that nowadays bullying is spreading every time. It is very easily known by the word due to the social media existence. We can understand a case, a very limited case in a very limited area easily due to the existence of social media. And we should keep standing for someone who is bullied. This kind of action can be used by the teachers, and can be done by noticing others' needs and also offering gentle support and care. And the sixth, it is tolerance. It is a kind of respect for the dignity and rights of all persons, even those who believe that behaviors differ from ours. So we are living in a very very diverse society. In Indonesia, it is obligated to be tolerant. We live in a society with different religions, belief, culture, and also genders. And each kinds of religions, belief, and culture, and everything has their own belief, and we should respect we should have a tolerance of what people others believe. Even we have a different insights, we might think that some things is incorrect, but in other sides, it could be good for their point of view. We should not judge whether they are right or wrong. Just let them do what they do, and we do what we believe. We should not avoid them. We just focus on ourselves, being good and not and show tolerance to others. How could it be? Being friendly and open, focusing on the positive traits, avoiding judgment. This is the most important thing, avoiding judgment. And also the students can come up from different backgrounds. The seventh is fairness, is ability to choose the open-minded and to act in a just and a fair way. How could it be? Waiting patiently, avoiding blaming, willing to compromise, being open-minded, showing good sportsmanship, willing to share ownership, trying to solve problem, playing the rules, respecting others' rights. Those are the indicators. And for the last 5 minutes presentations, I believe that I still have for about 8 minutes. I'm going to show you how artificial intelligence can be the assistance. This slide is entitled as artificial intelligence integrations. My team and I did several analysis on the previous articles published in reputed international journals, and we found that technology can be used on the moral enhancements. It can be integrated into how to help people, how to help pre-service teacher, how to assist professional teachers in deciding the best decisions to help the students' character building. As we know that it is a teacher's obligation, as we discussed previously, on the education, and as technology makes it easier for them to visualize misbehavior at school and also to respond appropriately based on behavioral theories. And another finding shows that artificial intelligence is also beneficial. The previous findings on shows that the AI-based module also provide real-life experiences of a case. What is meant by provide real-life experiences of a case? We know as a professional teacher, they are very accustomed with students' misbehavior on their surrounding. However, some of them might not be such understand on the cases. They just focus on the cognitive way rather than the affective way. Some of them still believe that the affective side is obligated to the counselor teacher, not their obligation, as we discussed previously. The education's the nature of education itself, so that it will give them insights on how to understand the cases and how to take a good action toward the cases. For pre-service teachers, it is very urgent to understand this. They never have ability to understand the cases in the school. They never get into the school to face the real problems surrounding. And the case of COVID-19 for the last 4 years make the activities worsen for about the last 2 years. Even it's been started for the last 2 years, they still have the limited ability to understand the problems at school, especially on the students' misbehavior. And the assistant of artificial intelligence can help them visualize better and also raise their awareness and also broaden their perspective on how to resolve it. And this is called prototyping. What I'm showing you is a kind of how to build an artificial intelligence by combining a moral. This is called moral IQ and artificial moral intelligence. This is what the term my team and I try to confirm. So my team consists of me, myself, the project leader, and also several lecturers, and also some artificial intelligence developer coming from Constructor University Bremen. 2 of them are Ph.D. from Constructor University Bremen, and 1 of Ph.D. from Ken University in artificial intelligence. Not from artificial intelligence. They are in what is it? Technology somethings. I'm not really sure about the exact names of the expertise, but they are very good in building an artificial intelligence. So here that I'm showing you is that about the core technology that we are building and still prototyping actually. The framework itself, we are now building the data sources. We are building the moral taxonomy and also moral KPIs. And those two ideas are going to be used to build the algorithm, also moral technology. By using these kinds of algorithm, then the team is going up to into the ontology on how to understand the words or the prompt given by the users. By using the ontology, we wish that there would be no ambiguity. That the system, the artificial moral intelligence would divine the word inappropriately. And to avoid these things, we are using the facility mental model and also TOPSIS. This will help us to formulate the causal AI and also a maturity model, of which the teams are going to the machine would be would understand on how to process the information given through the prompt given by the users, and we are going to have the LLM at the ending, language learning machine. Still, it is still really related to English language teaching. So when we are talking about artificial intelligence, it means that we are combining about IT and also the language itself. The prompt given through the language type by the users can be analyzed by the machine. This is called LLM, language learning machine. From this point, the machine will give us a molar report. And at the end of my slide, I'm going to show you that the prototype is being held. We are under the some educations. It's actually the nickname of my Samsul, and I try to give it a Sam, and Eju is the shortened way of education. So we have a motto: enhance 21st century skills for the students. And here the platform itself is developing, and we wish that by having the JSK platform, it can be used easily as the assistant. Once more assistant for the teacher and also pre-service teacher to help them better. And the conclusion is that please keep in mind, highlight this further, that while technology, including artificial intelligence, can support and enhance many aspects of education and daily life, it can never replace the human capacity of moral judgment. Remember, never replace the human capacity of moral judgment. How can it be? Machines may process data, but their lack of pure conscience, the inner voice that guards empathy, awareness, and compassion is coming up from the deepest of our heart as human beings, and it can't be replaced with the machine. The machine has a limited knowledge, far from you've got here. However, we believe that transferring several or a little knowledge to the machine will help us sharing better to others who might have limited knowledge about what we have better. Thank you very much for listening my session. Now I give the time back to the moderator. Sorry for talking in a fast way. I wish that it will be no matter at all. Thank you, Pak Dr. Sigit.
Thank you, Pak Dr. Samsul. You have to talk, Pak Samsul, because you are invited to talk, not to keep silence. So, ladies and gentlemen, very detailed and insightful, sharing their projects. Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, students especially, now we come to the QA session. This QA session is specific for the delivery by Bapak Dr. Samsul Arifin. However, if you want to ask a question or whatever, addressed to Dr. Merissa Ocampo, that's okay. To Dr. Lestari, that's also okay. So because all three extraordinary people are still here with you. So ladies and gentlemen, now let's come to the QA specific for the delivery by Bapak Dr. Samsul Arifin. Ladies and gentlemen, you may ask questions, you may share your experience or whatever. Please get involved actively. Thank you. students, ladies and gentlemen, the three extraordinary resource speakers share in common at least about multimodality. Multimodality is the model, the mode now we live in. So we live in now is the era of multimodality. It's one thing they are in common. The second is, to some extent, the three talk about AI, also indicating the currency, the world we are living in today. Multimodality and AI. So let's jump back to QA session. If you have any questions, you would like to share your experience, please raise hand or just type on chat room. While we are waiting students to get involved, asking questions or whatever, Doc Merissa Ocampo. Hello, Doc. It seems a student asked a question and left unanswered because of the time. Let's trace the question by student. Rizky Haryati. Hello, Dr. Merissa. I'd like to ask you about differentiate learning. Since you mentioned about personalized learning, should I scale up the differentiated learning to my students? Also, I'm really curious about the differentiate. It must be different, right? Different learning in Japan and Philippines, knowing that the government in Indonesia push the teachers to elaborate this to our student. Thank you, Doc.
Okay, thank you so much for the question, Rishi. Now, yeah,
Rizky.
Rishi. About the personalized learning. So this one is very good to support the students, because every students has their own ideas that we teachers also can learn from them. Now, so personification is very common these days in the AI world. So that's why I use the flip method together. I give them the total freedom to choose what topic they want to do when they create my recent research now to create their own stories, so that they can personalize according to what they need, according to what they feel at that moment. Yeah. So this is very important for me and for us teachers also to give them the freedom to personalize their stories. Yeah. And because sometimes, personalizing things, storytelling like that, we would be able to understand students' feelings, the moral, just like Dr. Samson said, that this is also one way to understand and to give our empathy to our kids, to our students. Yep. Okay. And then when it comes to the different learning, the different learning styles, maybe in Japan and the Philippines. As I've mentioned a while ago, that I think there is a lot of difference, because the motivation now, so because I've been here for more than half of my life, and I found the difference. The motivation is entirely different in the Philippines.
Oh,
So
nice.
when you give the task to the students, they will, so you expect them to come back with a good result. I mean, yeah, so without following it up, and you're there teachers to check and then just polish what they will submit now. Whereas in here, the motivation is more on the teachers. We really have to motivate the students to do things and to finish the task. So that is the difference, I guess, especially among low learners, students of English, no EFL learners. So the challenge mostly is not the students but the teachers. The challenge is for the teachers. The we teachers have to be very, very how do you call it? Very understanding, very, we should have very, just like Samson and Dr.
Samsul.
Arifin said that,
Yeah.
we should have our, very strong self-control, because if not, then we will be able to, have this kind of burst of anger. So yeah, so that is the difference, I guess. And
Yeah.
the motivation is entirely different. But
Nice.
when it
I
comes
see.
to the when it comes to the I mean, being respectful,
Mhm.
students here are very respectful. They never,
See.
yeah. So that is the good thing that I like here, that
Mm.
even if they not all the students are, um uh, I mean, have this kind of low, low
Yeah.
ability, so they're very quiet. So they're not,
Mm.
they're very quiet. They will just
Yeah.
listen. They're not showy. So
Yeah.
that is,
Yeah.
so we encourage them to, to be showy sometimes,
Mm.
but they're not. That is, they're very, very simple and
Yeah.
yeah, and humble in a way.
Yes.
Where sometimes we need to, we need them to become, to become vocal in
It's
their
very
own.
much challenging, Doc.
Yes, compared to other neighboring countries, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how culture reflects what they do, right?
And that is, yes, exactly.
Yeah. Reflected in learning style also, right, Doc?
Yeah, so that's why I mentioned a while ago that cultural understanding is very, very
Nice.
vital in
Yeah.
teaching EFL.
It's great, Doc. Students, ladies and gentlemen, questions for Pak Samsul Arifin, Pak Dr. Samsul Arifin, please. While we are waiting for you to participate actively, ladies and gentlemen,
Can I
yeah.
give additional comments to the questions, Pak
Nice, Ibu
Sigit?
Dr. Lestari, please.
Okay, what was the question? Was about individualized learning, right?
Yeah.
Pak Sigit, yeah.
Yeah.
Who was asking the question?
Pak Rizky.
Pak Rizky,
Yeah.
okay, Pak Rizky.
From
In
Kalimantan,
reality,
Ibu.
Pak, okay. In reality, Pak Rizky, yeah, Pak Rizky, it is very hard to provide individualized instructions in the classroom.
Nice.
That's a reality. Yet the government of Indonesia has given us some guidance of what do you call it? Learning styles, yeah, different learning styles. That is differentiated learning.
Differentiated learning, right?
That is the term, that differentiated learning. You can have some differentiated learning in your classroom in terms of content, process, and product, Pak Rifki.
Nice.
Pak
Three.
Rizky, ya, Pak Rizky, ya.
Pak Rizky.
In terms of content, you can have this is the place where multimodality plays a role. Because
Nice.
in terms of content, you can have not only text, you can have also movies, you can have also videos.
Yeah.
That's to address the different learning styles of your students. Some
Nice.
of you are visual learners, some of you are
Nice.
tactile, some of you are hearing, I don't know, what is audio learners, yeah. Some of the perhaps also the combination of all. That's why you need to have the differentiated content. Perhaps also you can have also differentiated process by using different types of learning strategies. Not only teacher center, perhaps you can have also group work, pair work, think, pair, share, or project. So that's the differentiated instructions.
Process.
In the process. And lastly, you can have also the differentiated product. You can have text like just written text for the students to submit. You can have also posters. You can have also video. You can have so many different types of product. That's differentiated learning, Pak Rizky. There is also one thing which is very hard to implement. That is differentiated preparations in the lesson plan.
Nice.
That is very difficult because the teacher should have multiple of lesson plan for different kinds of learning styles. So, so far, what teachers can do is those three differentiated learning for different kinds of students' learning style. That is a content, process, and product. I think that's the additional information for you, Pak Rizky. I hope it helps.
Nice. It's nice. Ladies and gentlemen, students, questions? I can't imagine how I learned a lot from the three resource speakers. They are extraordinary individuals. The right persons invited by the Department of English Education, UNIPMA. I learned a lot from them. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it seems no more students would like to get involved. I have read the CV of Dr. Merissa Ocampo, the CV of Dr. Lestari, but not the one by Pak Samsul, because this is not because I treat them differently. This is not unfair treatment, no, everybody, because Pak Samsul is notorious. I was not given any piece of his CV. This is not fair. So the one who is not fair is not me, everyone. It's Pak Samsul. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, we learned a lot. Today's conference is great. All the resource speakers has delivered in details and insightful. We won't, everyone, leave what today's happened as taken for granted. Therefore, to strengthen the impact of today's presentations, I would like each of you, Dr. Samsul Arifin, Dr. Lestari, Dr. Merissa Ocampo, to leave us the taken away, plus the call to action. So taken away plus call to action, because what matters a lot is call to action for students and for us all. I would like to begin Dr. Merissa Ocampo first. Take away and call to action, Doc. Your microphone, Doc. Nice. Take away and call to action for us, especially student, Doc.
Yep. So as you mentioned a while ago, that AI is just only a tool. We can co-pilot with the AI. So, but we make sure as educator, we have to enrich and be human in teaching our students. We too, teachers. So let's not forget that we teachers too have to be, very human when we teach our learners together. Let's hand in hand together.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice. Very well worded. Now, Ibu Dr. Lestari Setyowati, Ibu, it's time for you to
thank
leave, take
you.
away, and call to action.
Thank you, Pak Sigit. Okay, for everyone here, for the pre-service teachers, lecturers, or teachers, learning is like giving colors to students. Okay, you will remember you not because of you, but because perhaps the way of your teaching.
Nice.
So the way you teach matters for the students. It is not only in terms of the transfer of knowledge, it is for the students to you need to make them as long life learners. Okay, they need to be autonomous. So you provide them with tools that they can find knowledge themselves, seek knowledge themselves. You are the facilitator in terms of that. Do not restrict yourself, and as a conventional teachers, learn from them, because as teachers yourself, you need to upgrade your knowledge as well as learning from the students. Not only students learn from you, you need also learn from them. Okay, I think that's that's the thing that I like to highlight, Pak Sigit, that we are living in the digital era, then we need to adapt as well.
Nice. Another very well worded. Thank you, Dr. Lestari. Last of all, by Bapak Dr. Samsul Arifin. Please, Pak, take away plus call to action.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Sigit. So, well, teachers, as what mentioned by our government, we should be able to assist our students to reach their potential, not only cognitively, but also effectively. I do believe that being human should be humanized. And when you are being a teacher, you should humanize others with various virtues. We should also living in accordance in line with technology, and the advancement of technology can be helpful to help us reaching the goal of our students. Keep humanize and be happy with the technology. Thank you.
Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm thumbs up to all the three extraordinary resource speakers today. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe we all agree that we cannot leave technology, but we cannot make technology the pilot. It is the co-pilot. The pilot is us. All is intended to make the best impact to the students. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all the way I lead the presentation, the delivery today. And thank you very much. Have a very good day, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Merissa Ocampo. Thank you, Dr. Lestari. Thank you, Dr. Samsul Arifin. Now we back to the moderator. MC, Ibu Rosita.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sigit. So that's very insightful materials for the seminar for Elitics 2025. Thank you so much for Merissa Braza and also Dr. Lestari and Dr. Samsul Arifin from Universitas PGRI Madiun, and also a very awesome sum up and also wrap up from Dr. Sigit Cahyono. And we have reached our last points of the seminar. But before that, I just remind everyone that after this one, we have the panel or parallel sessions. Since we still have time, then it will be conducted directly after our break for 10 minutes. But before that, let me come to the last photo sessions, everyone, because maybe no one opened the camera before. So please open your camera and give your best pose. Because this one is a happy moment. Okay, so we have how many slides here? Wait, I guess this one is for 3 slides already. So I will start with the first slide. Everyone ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then the second slide, please. 1, 2, 3. The last slides. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for our keynote speakers for today. And we are waiting for the panel sessions, and everyone have 5 boards or breakout rooms here. And we have break for 10 minutes and then see you again in the breakout room. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Nice day, everyone.
Have a nice day.